Future people, today we are talking about Nigerians in Australia. Nigerians have been one of the higher growing immigrants. A lot of Nigerian expertise in Australia. So today we have general overview about Nigerians.
On their society involvement in the lives of Nigerians around. We look also how the society being run. We have a general view on what is going on in Nigerian society. As we may know that a lot of things have happened, and some of the Nigerians outside the country, mostly people in a developed country like Australia, America, UK, Canada, they have a bigger influence on things that happen in Nigeria. And if we fail to get it right here, the country will still be, in the same mess that people are suffering. We believe that those Nigerians that are here, places like Australia, should try as much as possible to get things right in order for those ones at home to have a good life. And you may reckon that most of the Nigerian politicians, they often save their money in a foreign country, places like Canada, America, and UK. They can't do this without the input of those living abroad, those of your brothers staying in a foreign country. They can't do this without the insider giving them the idea how you can, over or maneuver the government of the country and save some money. So this is something that we'll be discussing today, and I will have Ambassador Jeff and I have Cynthia here with me. We just kind of look general overview of Nigerian society entirely. Also, if you're here, you have any question about Australia, those of you that are texting me about school in Australia, about life in Australia, you can actually ask your question during the program. I will present some of the questions to you, to the audience, and we can answer as much as possible. So this today, I hope you enjoy it. It will be a very, very sensitive one. I must say this before starting the show. I try to invite former Nigerian Society of Victoria president. He told me he wasn't opportune by this time, that he has a lot of things going on that he couldn't make it. So I tried to link up some few people to see if they can respond, today's program, because it's quite good for them to answer for themselves. And so unfortunately, they couldn't make it. A few of them are kind of friends and people that I know, but I hope one of the days we will get them here and they will be able to answer, here too. It's very important today program. It's very important that we take, we have accountability on today's program. And if you are a Nigerian Australian here in Australia, and you feel that today's program has any implication or have anything that you think is not right, please don't fear to contact me, or I don't know, you link me up, then we can make clarification or any suggestion. But it's good that we get this right. We have had many people talk about Nigerian society here. I must give you some kind of background. A lot of Nigerians here are doctors, not just doctor specialists. They are medical doctors, they are psychologists, they are counselors. They are into different things that when the input is being channeled back in Nigeria, not them going back to Nigeria, use positively, people in Nigeria will be okay. And another thing we find in Nigeria is that when we get ourselves, when we get crossed to a better country, we seem to ignore the ones suffering back home in Nigeria. So that's what lobby is all about. I refuse to, have my own privilege and decide to, shut door for other people. It's good for we to start in the reality and help other people to have a good life. That's what it's all about. I find some of our Nigerians that because their family here are okay, their children are okay, their wife are okay, they seem to relax about those people suffering in Nigeria, about the corruption going on in Nigeria. They seem to relax about the looting going on in Nigeria. They seem to relax about the mismanagement going in Nigeria. We have the influence here to speak. We have people who can write to United Nations. You have people who can write to different diplomats to ask them that the Nigerian government should sit up, but they keep quiet. They want another person to do it. So today, this video today will be all about accountable. And I hope to bring in some of my audience and they will help us to channel it. Please, if you're watching, please try to share. Please try to, help us share this program today. It's not all about me, or it's all about everyone. I want every Nigerian to be okay, to be able to go to another country. Nigerians are very intelligent people. I want them to be able to travel wherever you want to travel. I want them to be able to use those mentality that we use for wrong things to use it for good. So that's why we have to do this. Okay. So today, program like we do, we always discuss sensitive things, quite sensitive. Well,
Hey guys, I'll sit down to analyze things that are happening with Nigerian community here in Australia. I feel like to analyze how Nigerian community have been very active or not active. And I find out that the Nigerian community here in Australia have now been very active to their people.
Never get to anywhere. So we just keep it open. It's for the whole community. There was the intention of you and Mr. Wokolo. So you abuse and use NSB to fund money into ANC. By the way, I've called the ANC, I've called the multicultural affair. You got $10,000 on ANC, on Nigerian Society to feed ANC. I ran them. Up to today, our chartered accountant has not done the accountability.
Nigerian community here need to do better. What we are finding here is that people are actually using the Nigerian organization for selfish interests. They are using it for flexing of, I don't know, just dubious character. It has not been going well. I just few people that actually stand up to say that we have to do things for the better of the nation and for the better of the people.
The network of Solar Chairman. I'm here in person. The reason why I want to say something is that the issue we are all talking about here, we're going to surface back in court on the 17th of January, which your president had put intervention of the army. Our president, not just your president. So it's currently suspended. Not yet approved. That's true. I want you guys to understand this, because when I go to court,
We discuss about things that happen in Nigerian community. We wonder how can people travel all the way to Nigeria and has a breakthrough in life. You still care for nothing than to help people. I understand that every organization that is established is to assist people. In this country, Australia, the government is working to assist everybody to make sure that everybody get looked after. It's not that the government is working to make sure that only the white get looked after. He's working to make sure the black, the Asian, the white, and whatever color you are is get looked after equally. But the Nigerian community find out that everybody is running away from one person to the other. We are getting to look after our tribe. This is something seeking to understand that a people with such qualification here will be thinking that way, that you are Igbo, you are Yoruba, you are Hausa, you are this, Edo, you are whatever it is. Or with so many of you guys, so many of Nigerians here with good job, have some place you can work and earn your living. You're still thinking to oppress with the little one the your government give to help people, or to oppress when they ask you, okay, gather them together and let's help them as much as possible. You still have that mentality of oppression. You still have that mentality of superiority. I am here, you are here. It is a very, very, very bad character for any Nigerian in Australia to practice, irrespective of whatever job you have. Here, a Nigerian that have job in hospital, when you see a white person that is working as a cleaner, you respect him. But when you see a black person working as a cleaner, you want to bring him down. It is not good. Or maybe you are a doctor or whatever you are. You see somebody, maybe not your fellow Nigerian, you wanted to go show that you are high. Then when you see a white person, you try to play low and try to make one of the best person. All those camouflage does not work. I must tell you that most of the Nigerians here claim to be a Christian, but that is not Christianity. You are not practicing that Christianity. I expect you guys to do better. I expect you guys to do more. I expect you guys to show difference. Why I am emphasizing on this is that because if those in Australia is continue to get it wrong, it's hard for those in Nigeria to get it right. Most of the politicians, like I said, acquired a certificate from a foreign country like Australia, Canada, USA, UK, but if they fail to get it right here in Australia, that the government system is all right, the social work system is all right, the support system is all right, everything you needed to govern peacefully, amicably, is here. There's nothing like two ways about it. But if you keep playing this your, conspiracy and playing with your own mentality because your people give you chance to actually guide them, then you are the most stupid idiot I can ever see. I'm saying this that what happens to the Nigerian society of Victoria, where the past leader, was accused of slapping a lady, accused of laundering money, accused of mismanagement, accused of power abuse, accused of running cabal, is such a very, very disappointing thing. And when they hand over to another person, he was still, the same mismanagement of funds. They have to ask him to leave. It takes a lot of people, a lot of time for him to even leave. Remember, these people are not being paid, but they are there for just selfish interests. How can we move ahead? I must say this, that you cannot move ahead if the root of this dubious attitude or dubious character have not been fished out. That's why Australia is a good country. That's why you, as me and you, as in Nigeria, are here enjoying what people establish without compromising.
So you guys are here to gist us about Australia.
Yeah, it is. Australia. Australia is a very blessed land. We must acknowledge that. But Australia have blessed so many of us. Australia, so many of us have come here to find breakthrough. Life. We have come here to study and get well-recognized qualification. Without doubt, even those that studied in Nigeria before coming to Australia, they came here to upgrade their qualification, because you can't just come from Nigeria with your qualification here and you get employed. That's not possible. Irrespective of your experience, Australian government will still want you to pass through some hurdles before you can be able to practice as a doctor. Some people went to London, then from London they came here. Irrespective of that, London cannot favor you the way Australia favors you, because London is all about tax everywhere. So Australia has been good to many people here, and I think it's good our people acknowledge that, and people of Australia also, have been very, 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 very welcoming to us. So we need to appreciate their input, and our people here also need to practice the same thing that they gain from Australia to help people out. Not only to help people out, to help their people here. There's something that the Australian government have built that many of us need to learn. They have established a well-organized democratic government, where everything is work A and B. You will see everything open there. But our people will still get in this hurdle of Nigerian everything before we pass one program. It will take us 30 years. Here in Australia, when things are introduced in the lower house, before you know it, it will wait in the parliament, and before you know it, it's already been passed. And if somebody breached the law, the cost of the land takes place, which is the law of Australia. Either the person goes to jail or the person got suspended immediately. They don't suspend human beings. Not where you suspend somebody, he's playing politics. Whether he will go or not go. When he starts getting back up from nowhere, people that you expect to speak the truth, they refuse to speak the truth. They keep dodging around, swinging around. This is something that we find. When I came in Australia here, I was so happy that the Nigerians here will be okay. But to my own greatest surprise, the most learned Nigerians here are the same thing with those ones in the bush. Some of them are doctors here. I must say this. Some of them are doctors here. Some of them are lawyers. Some of them are, they work in different professions. Some of them head their organization and they are doing well in the organization. But when they came to that small clique of us, where you have to show who you are, what you learn, they become what? Green snake in a green grass. Their mindset change. I told you today that Nigerians, I try to make contact Nigerians in Sydney and other places. I found out that almost the same thing happened here in Australia. The Nigerian society, which the government actually gave people to support other people, to support people, different background, different race. They got Italian, they got Vietnamese, they got different ones. So government have this society where people, they can have, a kind of entitlement to help their people. Maybe within a year, or they give them maybe 5,000, 10,000 or something like that to help those less ones. Or they have something to organize, they will use those money for that. But I find that the Nigerian society, mostly here in Melbourne, is doing nothing. I find out that the Nigerian society in Melbourne have not been very, very active. They have just been a clique of, social club members, not society. When you talk about Nigeria himself, you carry along everybody. So today, I cannot tell you who is Nigerian president because the society is in a chaos, very, very big chaos. I can defend it because starting from when I know most, starting from the last one we had, which is former president, where a lot of accusations are rising about money, misplacing or misuse of money, abuse of power, and downgrading of women. A lot of things goes in there. I was shocked. I was so honorable Nigerians who claim to be professors on everything. They could not clarify an offense. When somebody in this country, Australia, if you tell somebody that you slap mostly somebody's wife, we call it family violence. Here is a family violence. You actually get it, okay? But let's not go there. If we have to handle that properly, they should handle everything. They should start from ground, start everything. I asked them question. I asked Nigerian society question, to clarify me. They gave me an answer that there's violence, family violence in the workplace, and there's family violence in the home. I was so shocked. Here in this country, family violence is family violence. It doesn't matter where it happens. Okay? Again, they talk about the finance. I have record about how they do the finance. Nigerian society here could not give good account of how they manage the finance. It's so embarrassing. We have accountants. We have, a lot of people who are involved in this situation. None of them rise and speak because they have play. In fact, it become chaos. And I was so embarrassed when Nigerian, during the meeting, they asked some people not to use camera. It's only when you are engaged in criminal activity, that's when you don't want people to show your face. If you want to run for public office, you must be ready to be seen publicly. If you know you are not ready to be seen publicly, you stay in your room where nobody will see you. If you want to hold any office, be sure that people will bring camera in your home. Just like our prime minister here telling you that he doesn't want people to photograph him. Why? Because you are holding public office. So I must get anyway. I'm saying this thing too. So this, guys, I'm saying this, we shouldn't whatever we say here, if you think that it's not right or something, you can always email me or whatever, you call me. But we will stand here to say the truth today, it's good. Because I offer a lot of people to come in. You refuse to come in, so.
Well, what I have though is your style of governance, and I do have problems with your character. I think it's a little bit flawed. And if the committee are saying you're not bullying me, it's not up to them to determine what bullying is to me. Because it is to me as it is to me. Because a lot of times you will either ignore me, snub me. There's a lot of instances that has happened about after party we did in independence, and then you said there is going to be after party for our youth in the club in the city. You put our logo on it, you put prize on it, after party. None of the executives were aware of it. So how come that is not, you're not taking unilateral decision over all of us? And I said to you,
there's the Treasurer Sarah, there's Financial Secretary Ben, there's Charles Afolabi, who's also PRO. 5 signatories. For any payment to go out of the NSU bank account, 2 people have to approve it. No one person can do that. She says, oh, we're writing checks and so on and so on. We don't do checks, we do online bank transfer. And it's after security, so one person has to approve it. The other control we have in place is that any payment to go out will go on WhatsApp to the executive team to say, payment for this needs to be paid, etc. So all executives are aware of it. When the payment is also loaded on the system, the treasurer or whoever goes the first will say, payment ready for approval, and then the next person goes to approve it. So
a lot of nationalities will be there, and there will be drugs selling there. Why would I forget?
Excuse me, sorry, can you hold on, please? Sorry, can I know what the issue is, please? You're not hearing it.
We let you talk now, big boy.
Well, just take it away. So what do you think?
Anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another brand new edition of the Big Talk Show. We are here to bring an inside out, so what the British Broadcasting Service would call a hard talk. So a lot of people don't have the courage to engage the audience. See, these are the people that make the loudest noise in the society. So, and we here, it's not that we are the most smartest people in the society. It's just that God has ordained us and placed us in a position to speak. So we're in the position of, I can say we're in the position of power, so we can speak. So it's not because we are so intelligent, it's because of what we choose to do. You know, to me, I take addressing audience or straight talking as a hobby. You know, the life out here in Australia is a gifted life to a majority of us Africans. But like we say, the love we say is something of the heart. A lot of people abuse it. So when you be given opportunity to excel, and you know that opportunity, we embrace, we get other people involved. We embrace other people to get involved in it. So in this part of the world, a lot of people come here, they see the light, instead of them to allow the light to shine above them, they stop it. There are a lot of Nigerians today over here. I've asked some few questions over the years. So you are working in a top industry. How many Nigerians have you helped? There's a particular guy here, you know, because of confidentiality, we don't mention names. And he told me, oh, I have helped a lot of people. And I said, how many people? So I helped India, I've helped Sri Lanka, I've helped Bangladesh, I've helped. I said, how many Nigerians? That is the question that I've helped. You have helped. He said, no Nigerian have come to him. I said, have you been able to position yourself to be able to be located? You know, sunshine on you, and the other one underneath you is squash them. And the heart of offer given to you, you give it to Asia. At the time you resign for that job, you're gone. And that legacy is dead. No one is going to say, oh, maybe mistakenly, someone able to get a job in that office and say, oh, we used to have one Nigerian that was working here before. He used to. I was once a billionaire, is the story. So that is the story for the God. So majority of us Africans living in this place tend to be the best professor at home. But when you go to the social space, you can't find them. That is where the problem lies. Most of them are not enlightened. But they when we are in a social gathering, you see them make a lot of noise. But they give them one opportunity to hold an office, they will turn that office to their own personal supermarket, where they can just pick things and put in their pocket without no one is coming to audit them. That is the situation we find ourselves here.
3 chartered accountants on your committee. People are dying for it, to have skills like that. I have other organizations that will be contacting me, Fred, just put your name on there and so on, because they know the credibility that will come to the account in terms of having a chartered accountant there. Okay. So that's it. I can look. I've told you I've learned my lesson. From that, it's things that I shouldn't have done. There are things I would do differently. Looking back, I would have done.
Common respect. We hardly accord it to ourselves. You know, you say hello to someone in the street, you just go right past you. They will not even answer you. So there are so many things we are fixing. We are racist to ourselves to start from.
And if you fear the law here in Australia, you go to it. Most of these people, like I say, in the office where they are, they work very well. They obey the law. But when they come to those small cliques with their brothers and sisters, that they need to show that I have learned. I want you guys to benefit all this. They begin to play with this their little mindsets. Like I'm Igbo, I'm Yoruba, I'm Hausa, or who are you? I'm on top of there and you are here. It is a dubious character. I also tell is that if you're a Nigerian running for a Nigerian office, maybe whatever office you're running to, if you are very honest with yourself, you will not be scared if they ask they want to record those program on cell phone or wherever, whatever it is, or camera. Because if you have evil intention that you cannot be able to defend, that's when you are scared. Please don't record it or don't do this. That is show you, because they say that honest minded fear no accusation, but evil mind fears accusation, because you know what you are doing is not good. You always want to hide yourself. If you say you are president of Nigeria, camera should be there. People should be there in every meeting. What we are seeing and sounding in Nigerian society, Victoria, is so appalling. I want people to change their mind here in Australia. I want people, if you're elected either here in Victoria, in New South Wales, in Adelaide, Perth, Tasmania, wherever you are around Australia or outside Australia, America, wherever you are elected, please work for the people. Stop using any position as your home or as your place of oppression, because those things will come to bite you back. A lot of Nigerians in various nations are facing problems today because the leaders here is behaving the same way. I came to find out that the leaders here in Australia is not different from those ones in the village, irrespective of their academic qualification. Yeah, I'm talking about doctors, specialists here. Their mentality is not different from the ones in the main road in Nigerian street. They may go to the office and claim whatever degree they are, but their mindset when they come to the people is dumb. I don't want those things to happen. If you're a leader and begin to think that way, it is a shameful to you. Or if you're a leader, you may go within your people and begin to do all this, Nigeria, once you put them in this clique, they want to do all these dodgy things, like in the back, you call this person and call that person and call that person. That is really wrong. If you want to do things, to be open and so that you can be able to defend your view anytime, any day. Look at how this is going on. It is a shame. The COVID-19 that is going, none of the Nigerian community calling out to the people or to do that and to do that. It is a shame. It's not proud. We have to show example. We have to show example by doing the right thing. We have to show example by carrying everyone along. We have to show example by being open to whatever we are doing. Just like here in Australia, we are. The Parliament of Australia, camera goes there. When you see Parliament time, camera is there. Question time, camera is there. We admire that. When you look at American parliamentary time, there's camera, UK, everything there is. So when we have this little organization, there is. Because the younger generation will watch what we say and watch what we do and learn from that. You don't want to forget about writing. Now the world is updating. Not everything the secretary will had and write, but camera will record everything. So the secretary can go back, or you yourself that speak something, you can go back and check what you speak and address it properly. If it doesn't make sense to you, you may call and say, okay, I made a wrong statement here. I want to set the record right. That's why it's good for you, it's good for viewers, and it's good for next generation. I hope we learn and grow from this. Thank you.